forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this episode. Welcome everyone. This is Couch Conversations with Caviar. I'm Donita and I love all things film, television, fashion, and culture. And I just love to yap about those things. So I thought about why don't I create my series of eating caviar on the couch and make it into a podcast series. Maybe other people want to hear me yap. So if you're here, you probably love film, fashion, and television. And I'm excited that you're here to join me. Cheers. Okay, guys, let's get into it. I'm gonna make my caviar spread with you. Hopefully, you guys gone out to get your caviar. I always like sturgeon. I always get like white sturgeon. Whole Foods has it. I mean, this isn't a Whole Foods plug, but they have literally the best white sturgeon you can get. And also, when you're, eating caviar, you want to always have a pearl spoon or a spoon that's like really delicate because caviar is so delicate. And this one, I had it like in the fridge for a long time, so ready to pop it open. All right, and we'll put the pearl spoon in it. And so let's make a couple. So what I'm gonna do first, I'll put my creme fraiche. I'll put that on each of them. And I have prosciutto and bellinis, or bellinis, bellinis, not bellinis, but bellinis, the little pancake. I think they call it, I forgot what kind of pancake it is actually, but it's like a pancake bread. Put on each of these. And then one or two I'm gonna leave without because I do like the caviar just like plain. Okay, we'll put that here. This is like real time, guys. First episode, but oh, look how robust this is. This is why I only like white sturgeon. It's so robust and crisp and just so good. So I put a little bit on top. Yum. On each of these. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. Oh, I love it. And then I'll put a couple without the creme fraiche. Okay. Get it all off of the spoon so I can put the spoon back in there. And we'll close the caviar. Always keep your caviar iced or on top of ice. Isn't this cute? This cute little bowl. It's so cute. I got a cute little bowl, and then I forgot to get chives from Whole Foods, so we have green onions instead, which is, in my opinion, the same difference. Still good. Chives are a little better with this, but I'm just gonna put green onions on top. So good. And then we'll have a yummy bite together. Yes. Okay, let's go for this one first. This one looks really good. Oh, look at this. So cute. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. Okay, cheers. So that was our first bite together. I'm drinking lemon and cucumber water because I'm trying to stick to my goal of 1 drink per week. And the day that I film happened to be on a day that I can't drink. So it's okay. Let's go into a quick snackable bite of what I currently watched recently. So everyone's been talking about the film Him, Him. I went to see it, and even before I went to see it, I was seeing all of the reviews. I saw people saying they didn't like it. Then I saw people saying like it was poorly written, they didn't understand it, or they were just disappointed because Jordan Peele's name was like everywhere. It was all, you know, we pretty much the way that they promoted it, it made it seem like it was a Jordan Peele film. And I think that was probably their first mistake. They probably shouldn't have really used his name that much in the promotion until they either got maybe like a study group together to see the film and give feedback and get like real feedback from people. I think that was probably like their first mistake. But just overall from seeing the film, just me myself, from the artist standpoint, I respect art. Like, I respect storytelling, art, however you want to tell your story, however you want to create something. I respect it just for that, just for what it is. I think overall, cinematically, it was great. I think Marlon Wayans did a fantastic job in his role. I think he played it really well. And I think just how it was filmed, it was beautiful. It was actually a really good film. I really enjoyed it. Now, to what I didn't like, I wouldn't say I didn't like it necessarily. I would say this is my drawback of like why I felt like I didn't really connect to the film. I felt like the character development and just the cadence of how we were introduced to each character, I didn't fully get it, or I didn't fully connect with a character. So I didn't feel like I could root for a character or like fully hate a character. Like, I felt nothing for the characters. Like, I felt nothing for the main character, which I think his name was Isaiah in the film, or I don't even remember the main person's name. I think Isaiah actually was Marlon's character. So whoever played the main guy, his name, I forgot, but him, the guy that played him, I couldn't connect to him because I really didn't understand what his purpose was for playing football. Like, I couldn't really understand. Like, I know he said he felt like he let his dad down when he gave up playing. Like, he felt like he let him down, so this was something to do for his dad because his dad passed away. But I don't know, I just feel like I didn't really connect because also I didn't see his relationship with his mom. I didn't see his relationship with his family. So it was kind of like, is he playing for his family? Is he playing for his mom? Like, what was the goal? What was the reason for going through all of that? I didn't get that because it was so fast. It was like, I don't know, I felt like I was watching like a verite film where it wasn't scripted. It was just like we were just seeing things happen and we happened to be watching those things happen. So that was the only drawback from there. Now, I would say another thing was I was so confused at the end. The ending was so confusing. Sorry guys, I have to take another bite. This caviar is calling my name. Also, I feel like I was trying to give the director something. Like, I was trying to give him something, you know? So I was like, okay, maybe the reason why we couldn't connect, or me personally, maybe that was like on purpose. Like, maybe he wanted us not to connect because it was like, this is a surface level like career. Maybe he feels like, okay, to get to this career, it's very surface level. You gotta play a game, you gotta like, you know, do the parties, do whatever ritual that they want you to do, but it's all very surface level, and you're reaching a surface level like success, I guess. It's like you're not really fulfilling anything that's like deep, like soul, like it's you're not soul searching. So I'm like, okay, it felt very surface level, so maybe that was the direction point, that we're just supposed to feel like this is all surface level. We're not supposed to get deep with anybody because that's the whole point. I don't know if I'm right, but that's kind of what I took away from it, because I feel like in film you should want to do everything intentionally, and if that was one of the intentions, then it definitely came across that way, which is like very surface level. So the ending of him, I didn't understand it. I feel like yes, all those people sitting there in the back made sense. Isaiah, the person, Marlon's wife, the person that played Marlon Wayans' wife in the film, why was she sitting in the front and having him sign? I'm like, what was the point of that? But my theory is the point is he's saying that, okay, you get married into the business, and like whoever they pair you with is like your handler. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deep into it, which I very well could be, because I tend to do that. So I'm like, I don't know what was like the point, or like I don't know what was the point of that, but everything else I kind of understood. And then I just felt like this is just like me nitpicking because this is how I felt. But I just felt like they said him too much. Like even at the party, they were like Himothy, like that. It was just too much. I was like, okay, we get it. The movie is called Him. I don't know. It was doing too much for me. But overall, I think it was good. Now, do I think it's going to turn into a classic years later? Because you know how sometimes, a film could be ahead of its time, or it could be ahead of its generation, where the people now, like us, viewing it, we may not be on that time right now, and the generation after us, they might turn this into a cult classic. I don't know if this film would be that, because there was no connection. I feel like any film that eventually turns into a cult classic, you still connected to those characters. Like you felt like you knew that character, or you were very connected to that character, or there was an ABCD story that you followed and it made sense. I feel like some of this movie, there were some holes there that I didn't understand. And that was my only thing with him. Other than that, it was okay. Like, they did great with cinematography. Like, the whole cinematography was chef's kiss. It was really good. They did really well with that. But everything else, I don't know. And then, there was a point that scene, what scene was that? It was a scene with that older lady, or that weird looking lady, and her weird looking people. I don't know, it was now that I'm talking about it out loud, it was a lot of symbolism in that film. The symbolism that maybe you have to like just go back, watch it again, and then see if you understand it. I don't know. It was a lot going on in that film, but some people liked it. But anyway, on the other half of him, I just feel like the marketing really wasn't that great. Like, if I'm putting on my marketing hat, I would have, if I was marketing for this film, to really do like some big boisterous things, I actually would have partnered with the company called Hims. there is a company called Hims that is for, you know, male health and their what's it called? Their testosterone, I think, or like the health and just all around health. Because I also think they have like enhancements, like male enhancements, things like that. I may be wrong, but I know it's a health thing for men. I would have partnered with them, made maybe like a fake male enhancement, like this will help your endurance, or like this, you know, something like that, where they did like a special drop of like Hims brand for athletes and people that want to gain muscle, this and that. Obviously you would tell people, like you would warn them that it's fake, but like I would have did a special drop with them, did billboards with him, like play on it, like have the guy that like Marlon played, he's on the billboard holding Hims, like, because I feel like Hims does great marketing for themselves. Like they're everywhere. I see their billboards everywhere, even commercials. Like even when I'm watching streaming, and you know you still have commercials on streaming, I feel like they do really well. Like I would have partnered with that brand, did like a special drop of pills that like will enhance your endurance, and I don't know, maybe a pop-up, like a pop-up where some of the cast members are there signing footballs, giving out pills. The pills are fake, like it's probably just like they can put water in the pills, whatever. You know, we're not actually giving people health stuff because that's like too much legal problems with that. But I think they could have did a little better with the marketing. Like I'm all for interactive marketing, marketing that's like in the streets. Like I love when Severance did the box, like the box office, and was it a subway station? It was in New York. I know it was in New York. It was like a subway station or something, where they were in a box and they were working in the office, and it looked like the Severance set. Like I love things like that. I feel like that's when you really get a lot of people to show up to the theater, because you're like going where people are, you're going where the most foot traffic is, and then you're gonna get organic people, like people organically posting about it, because it's like exciting. It's something that's like there, you know. People love to film content anyway, so make them organically film content about it. And also, it's like I heard some people, you know, I saw reviews where some people were saying, you know, this film was like talking about CTE, it was talking about, you know, the struggles of being a football player, and this and that. But I'm like, okay, if this is what the purpose of the film was, why didn't they partner with like organizations that talked about CTE or that does studies on it? Like I just felt like it was, I don't know, there was something missing. And I feel like I walked out of that theater feeling like, what did I watch? But derogatory. Not what did I watch, like, that was so good. What did I watch? That was not the best. I'm just a viewer. Don't shoot the messenger. I just view the things. Okay, now I'm gonna take a bite without the creme fraiche. This is a plain bite. No, the creme fraiche actually really elevates it. It makes it much better. I like it with the creme fraiche better. This is for the Caviar Culture Bite. Which brings me to my next point, which was the Caviar Culture Bite. My next point is what I'm learning and what I'm seeing in with trends and with marketing, and how everything is kind of like changing, and what we're seeing audiences crave. I think this kind of weaves into my point of like the marketing kind of missed the beat as well. You know, I'm noticing a trend of where people are craving stories. They're craving, you know, what's the story behind this? I feel like right now marketing doesn't sell, it story tells. So a lot of these companies, and even in a film, you would think that they, you know, in a film, you would know that you're telling a story. So your marketing should also tell that story so people feel enticed to come and see the film. Like, at the end of the day, your marketing of anything should be putting butts in seats or getting them to go to that cart and click submit payment. That's it. So, how are you going to connect with that person's psyche, with that person's soul, with that person's inner being? How can you connect to them to push them to literally leave their house? Like, leaving your house, especially post COVID, is so hard now. Like, a lot of people feel this way, especially me. I know a lot of people, especially a lot of us that like have worked from home before COVID and then worked through home through COVID. It's hard. Like, it's hard to really get out of your house, get out of the comfort of your home. So whatever you're telling people that it's worth it to go see it, especially now in the streaming world where everything is getting I mean, it's gonna be on a streamer the next few months. Why would they go see it? You have to tell a story. So what story were we telling there? I don't know. But I will say I'm loving all of the marketing for certain companies are doing really well with storytelling. Now, you know, I have my own reservations about AI and how they are building the buildings that operate AI. I have my reservations about that because it is crazy that a lot of them are being built in places that are predominantly black and people of color. Don't really like that. And I feel like we're gonna have to get to a place where these buildings are sustainably built. Like, why don't we have a system where it's more sustainable to cool those things down? Because obviously it's not going anywhere. They're building more and more and more, but it's like we gotta figure out a way to sustainably operate these things, or we're not gonna have a planet after a while. So I do have my reservations with that, but I will say I do like the new Google Gemini commercial about Gemini because they told a story that connected to people's childhood. And I found that very interesting how they told the story about the childhood and like basically turned it around to say, oh, we've been there for you all through these years, and now we're still there for you in the future of your future self. So basically, it was like this guy, he was a kid, you know, especially millennials will remember. He was a kid playing on the computer, doing research when Google first launched, doing research on Google, researching different things in his life, and they showed different stages of his life. So he was a kid, then he was a teenager, then he was like in college, then he was like an adult after college and at a concert, and I guess Google like helped him meet the love of his life. I don't know. It was like a whole thing. But I like the way that they like, you know, showed, oh, through the years we've been growing with you and we're always gonna like be there to help. And that was a story. I mean, it was a really good way to tell a story. And I'm noticing a lot of companies are basically getting back to the root of storytelling. And I really, really want films and television shows when they're marketing them, to get back to that as well. Because I love a good marketing story that that leads me to like want to support something or want to go see her, or want, you know. I feel like honestly with him, with the movie, with him, we could have learned more about the director. Like I don't know anything about the director, and I don't even think people knew that it wasn't Jordan Peele's movie. Like a lot of people thought it was Jordan Peele's because that's like that was all in the marketing. But I feel like maybe if we learned a little background of the director and why he decided to do a film like this, because now I'm wondering, does he have a background in football, or like does he know anybody in the background in football? Like why did he decide to do this movie? So I think maybe it would have went a little better if they did market it a little better. I don't know, but that's what I think. Now I'm forgetting everything. All right, on the television side, if you follow me, you know what TV show I have been obsessed with. The Pitt. I love that show. Oh my gosh. I feel like there's so many layers to the Pitt that I haven't even like really had time to sit down and like dissect and tear apart. I feel like it's an onion that I haven't fully peeled yet because it's like so layered. I love that show so much. So I want to give my Caviar spotlight to that show. And eventually, this segment of the show would be the part that I interview someone, hopefully someone from the Pitt, wink wink. But you know, hopefully this will grow into where I'm interviewing someone and spotlighting them. But I'm just starting this, so eventually. But that I want to give my spotlight to the Pitt because it is so good. I honestly see why they won the Emmy. Like it took me on an emotional roller coaster. Like I was happy, I was sad, I was anxious, I was crying with people on the show. Like it was just so good, and it honestly just opened up a newfound respect for emergency workers. Like of course we always respected the first responders and like people on the line, especially during COVID. I know that was probably so traumatic for them, but just seeing how hectic and busy and like alarming the emergency room is, I felt like I was working with them. Like I felt exhausted after watching that show, but it was like exhausting in a good way. Like it was like a thrilling experience. Like the cadence of that show, it was like so, like just energy. The energy was there, and I really enjoyed watching it, and I love that everybody in the show has a story. Like you connect with even people that probably just was on the scene for like 2 seconds, but they told a story. Like, and it was like such a diverse representation of what the emergency room goes through. I feel like they literally hit like every type of diversity, that it didn't feel like they're doing this to just check a box. Like it felt like they were literally showcasing like real life. Like I know whoever were doing like research on the show, I could tell that they really did research and like went into emergency rooms, and like this is like they are telling real stories here. Obviously it's dramatized, you know. Every story that turns into like a television show or a film, I'm sure there is a point of like dramatization, but this felt very authentic. It was just such an authentic show that I truly enjoyed, and I would love to ask the people that wrote on it, like, why did they decide to kind of give everybody like their own story? Like, even the patients, like, they have their own story. I love it. But also, I wonder why they did like a mass shooter. Like, why was that on the first season? I don't know. It was just so good. It was so good. One of my favorite moments, I feel, was I don't know. There's so many actually. What was my favorite moment? Honestly, I feel like the moment of the lady coming in, that she was a caregiver of her mom, and she was like, she just looked so exhausted. I felt like that was the most authentic episode, because yes, she fell asleep in her car because she's so freaking tired and never has any sleep. And when she started crying when the doctor helped her find like resources for her mom, like, I just felt like this lady really goes through this. Like, I actually at one point forgot that I'm watching a show. I felt like I was watching a documentary at one point. Like, it felt like these people are like real. Like, it was so good. And I love the fact that the show ended, the whole season ended on their shift ending. It just felt right. Like, it felt like, yeah, this is the end, and we'll see you guys again when the next shift comes. Chef's kiss. I love that showdown. I love that showdown. Y'all got it. The Pitt. If you haven't watched The Pitt, watch it. You will not be disappointed. Another thing that I watched too was from the Emmys, because I went back and pretty much watched all the Emmys. I'm sure a lot of you did that. When you watch the Emmys, you're probably like, oh, I should watch that show because it just won. I'm one of those people. I watched Adolescence. Oh my gosh. That little boy played that role down, okay? The way that his personality changed. I hope that you guys watched it. If you haven't watched it, you probably shouldn't watch this one I'm about to say. But the way his mood was changing every 2 seconds when his therapist came in and talked to him in that room when he was at the other detention center, I got chills. I had chills. He played that role so well. And he was so humble at the Emmys. Like, his speech was so cute. He was like, oh, I was nobody 2 years ago, but now look at me. So cute. But he deserved that win. Now, that's something I can agree with. He played that role so well to where I was even questioning, like, did he do it? Didn't he do it? But that scene with the therapist, that's what sealed it for me. That's what showed me, like, yo, oh yeah, he killed that girl. He had to kill that girl because his personality was so volatile. It was so, like, it was so scary. It was actually very scary. And that one too, I didn't really see much marketing for that limited series, but boy, oh boy, that one is gonna have like a word of mouth trickle effect. People are gonna see it, and more people are gonna talk about it, and that's when it'll get its just due. I'll take one more bite. Tracee Ellis Ross for Fashion Week. She always shuts it down. Every Fashion Week, she's always amazing and beautiful, and I just think her style is like so cute. I honestly feel like once I get to like her status and her age, I'm definitely gonna be like dressing similar to Tracee Ellis Ross. Like, I feel like her style is like definitely my vibe. Like, I love her style, especially like when she wears like those suits. So cute. So cute. I think she looked great at Fashion Week, and I love to see her every year. Here's the final bite, guys. Last one. Cheers. All right, that's today's couch conversation with Caviar. I hope this conversation left you feeling inspired or feeling like you want to create as well. If not, I hope that we continue this conversation. Definitely feel free to comment below. You know, I just love to yap, so if y'all want to yap with me, yap in those comments. And we'll talk about these topics more together. If you love this conversation, like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you want to share. I don't know. I'm just here yapping to the abyss, child. Hopefully, somebody likes it. So, until next time, we'll have some caviar, we'll sit on a comfy couch, and we'll have some good conversations. If you guys want to get another conversation, definitely follow Couch Conversations with Caviar, and I will be here next time. Until then, guys, cheers.